Without a doubt, this is one of the best series in the playoffs going on right now. And there's just a lot of chess pieces going back and forth. I just wanted to go over some of the observations I made during Game 3 and if the Kings can kind of make a comeback in Game 4, or is this going to be just a huge momentum shift in this series and Golden State is going to take over. I think the Warriors can live with other players bringing the ball up the court and pushing the pace, but I don't really think they want Sabonis and Fox doing that. That's why they're receiving so much more attention in transition. I think it was a really underrated adjustment that the Warriors did in Game 3. It's like the moment Sabonis or Fox touches the ball, there's at least two Warriors, looking at them and seeing if they could cause a turnover, and they did. I mean, they caused 5 or 6 turnovers in transition. I mean, the pace is what makes this Kings team so dangerous, so you don't want to not push at all, but you got to be more selective about it, I would say. So there's been a lot of talk about how the Kings have been aggressive off screens, which I think is really overblown. I think what's being understated right now is the Warriors' focus and physicality against the Kings' primary offense, which is dribble handoffs. And you can see here, I mean, they're not giving Carter any space. There were a couple times also yesterday where Fox just jumped in the air before knowing where he's going to pass it exactly. There were a couple of inbound plays where the Kings just struggled to inbound the ball, and Dante just forced both of those turnovers. So he was a huge spark plug for them. So step 1 for the Kings is limit the turnovers. That would be a great start. Step number 2 is have Davion Mitchell guard Steph Curry more. Steph played 37 minutes, Davion played for 18 minutes. I just don't really understand, why Davion didn't play more, and he should have just guarded Steph more. The Kings possibly have one of the best defenders in the world to guard Steph, and I think you just have to start him at this point. You can see that he's good at coming off screens. He blocks another shot of Steph right here. And he's just able to keep pace with him. Obviously, Mitchell's shooting is a concern, but in this series, he's been fine. Davion did fall asleep on this possession here. But overall, I mean, you gotta find a way to get him on the court more. Okay, let's go to issue number 3, and that's rebounding. Rebounding has been an issue for the Kings for a lot of the year in certain games, depending on the matchup. For example, against the Knicks, the Kings really struggled against Mitchell, and in their second game against the Knicks, they really struggled against Josh Hart. And Dante was doing the same thing that Josh Hart was doing, just attacking the ball relentlessly. Of course, the Kings guards did not do a good job of boxing him out. This issue is going to persist unless the Kings really focus, because there's Wiggins, there's Kuminga, all those guys are just going to attack and get more offensive rebounds. And of course, Looney is a beast on the boards. Sabonis really needs to do a better job of boxing him out as well. The Kings' rebounding really improved during the year when Keegan became a better rebounder. Now, he's not really being able to stay on the court because every time he's on defense, Steph is attacking him in the pick and roll. So somebody else is going to have to step up and get rebounds, or Keegan is going to have to find a way to stay on the court. Issue number 4 is just poor shooting. And it sounds obvious, the stats will back it up. The Kings are a good 3-point shooting team, but they just haven't shot very well this series at all. And I think that has to regress back to the mean. I don't know if it's nerves or what, but these are good looking shots that the Kings could hit. Obviously, the Warriors are defending them pretty well. You would think the nerves should calm down in Game 4 I mean, this was the first playoff road game the Kings have played. So I feel like that's going to get better in the next game. If the Kings can start making their outside shots, then Fox and Monk are going to have an easier time in the paint. Because you can see here, I mean, all these shots are very, very, very difficult. And the defense doesn't have to stay honest. They could just pack the paint until the shooters make shots, which right now they're not. So there's no reason for them to guard Fox and Monk any different right now. And the last issue is Keegan. He's a rookie, so it's understandable that he's not doing so well. He can be a little bit slow-footed on defense, and against a great pick-and-roll team like the Warriors, he's kind of hard to play. However, he has shown signs of being a really good rebounder this year. If he can do that, and if he can knock down more shots, and you are able to live with him on defense, then it's going to change the whole outlook of the series. So the 5 things that we touched on in this video were the turnovers, playing Davion more, better shooting, which would then allow for better driving, and then lastly, seeing if Keegan can improve. Obviously, the Kings have won 2 games already with Keegan being a non-factor. However, the Warriors have just picked their game up, and I think now he's going to have to step up for the Kings to have a chance. My original prediction was Warriors in 6, and I'm sticking by that. But regardless, the Kings have been the best story in basketball this year. Whether they win or lose the series, it's just a lot of fun to see them in this position. They just have a lot of high character guys who are fun to watch and fun to root for. If you agree or disagree with anything I said, then let me know. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. And y'all have a good one.